foundation first. If you do have high colour that you want to cover up, you can come in with your concealers. I tend just to do foundation, and then I'll actually come in with concealers and cover up anything that needs covering after that, because otherwise it gets all moved around anyway. So possibly the only thing is we've got dark circles. Sometimes it's good to do a little bit of a darker concealer under the eyes first before you come with the lighter one.
And when do you use your green stick, John?
If someone who's got, which I really, I do have one here, I'm not using it today, but the correcting green, or we call it these days, yes, correcting stick, the green neutralises red, it's the opposite sides of the colour wheel. So if you've got really high red skin, or even if you, during, you're out and you have a few wines and you get red cheeks, sometimes it's good to put it underneath actually to help block that red and to neutralise the redness so that it's not showing through. But look, I do find in the last probably 5 years, our foundations are such good quality that they do cover a lot of that anyway. We don't need to use the green product as much as we do So we're going to have a look at the colours, and we're going to choose a couple of colours that I'm thinking and put them down the sides from the nose down to the cheek, down to the jawline, just to actually see what colour we might be. I'm thinking butterscotch is going to be too light. I'm thinking maybe biscotti. On one of those two. I don't think we'll go biscotti.
Well, biscotti is more neutral.
Yeah. And it is amazing how many different people and shades can actually wear the one colour. So when this goes on first, it may look a little light, but then it may blend, okay? You have a little bit of redness and a high colour there. Although you've got quite a bit of colour in your neck too, so this may actually be too light. We will see. And we're just bringing that down. So you can see, if you have a look, around the eye area is a little bit light as well. And then it's coming down, so it's sort of blending into the neck there. A lot of high colour in the cheeks. So let's put the next one on, because I'm in two minds here.
Which is caramel, caramel.
Yeah, but it's totally blended into it.
Yes, and that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this is going to be too dark, so I'm actually just going to do a bit on that.
And what colour is this one?
So this one's caramel. And so, yes, it looks straight away. Just look that way.
Yeah.
See straight away, it's going to be too orange. It's going to make the face too orange to sort of blend it in to. I'll just use the other side of the brush there.
Yeah.
It's borderline.
I don't mind it.
I like that.
It's borderline, isn't it?
I'd rather be a bit darker.
I'd mix the two.
Yeah,
Don't forget here, this here is actually quite, this one here is actually quite deep here.
Yeah.
But I'm nearly.
You're closer, so we would.
Towards the darker one.
Yeah,
Let's blend
Can you
that
do
one
the other
in.
side just with the dark dawn and see the
Because
difference?
it is blending in with the neck, so we don't want it too.
What about a colour drop?
Yeah.
That's what
That's
I
what I was
said.
thinking. Yeah, Scotty with the colour drop. Yeah. Because I'm just scared that if we put on the caramel, because this is what happened to me when I first started using it. By the time I got it all over my face, it was just way too yellow. And my neck's white. Our necks are probably similar colours, but I do bring it down a little bit, and a bit of bronzer there as well. So I'm thinking, and that is actually blending in really well with the neck.
It is, yeah.
And what do you think the colour on the right?
So let's try,
Colour.
and we will do the Scotty all over. Because this is the time that you need to play around. And don't forget, this is one thing, and this is how I was playing around with makeup when I was 13. I used to cut out the pictures in the magazines and put them in scrapbooks. Don't know what happened to my scrapbooks, but yeah, that's what I used to do. So, and it's all practice.
I'm sitting in a dressing table doing my makeup.
Oh, really?
So it is looking lighter, but I think once it's all blended in,
Plus, remember, you're neutralising her red.
Yes.
So because you're neutralising
Yes.
the colour that's in her face,
Yeah.
it has the
It
illusion
looks-
that it's too light.
Exactly.
But you know, you put the colour back on with your bronzers
blushes,
and
your
blushes and
bronzers,
things like
yeah.
that. So rather than it going where it wants to go, you put it where you want it to go. So that looks good to me.
Yeah, see how it looks even in
Yeah,
tone
yeah,
all over?
yeah.
And that's where you've got to be a little bit careful with your colours. But normally if you put on your colours, what disappears into the skin, and we did see, like I said, you did see a little bit more light here because it wasn't actually blended in.
No.
But the right colour will soak into the skin and leave it looking like it's not even there. And that's what you want because you want it to be a natural colour. But I think that actually looks really nice. And see how well it has covered it.
Yeah. That's why you don't need the green.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
such a good
Yeah.
product. Covers
It's
so
got
well.
great coverage for such a light.
And if you've got any, I've got a little bit of pigmentation on my cheek, so I sometimes will put a little bit extra and dab it. If you're dabbing it on, it's actually going to cover it more so than if you're swiping. So just dabbing it through. So we have the 4 different colours. So now it's your turn to colour match your person, your friend, your partner.
My ice cream
Good
butter.
And yeah, so I've got some cotton buds if you want to come and grab a colour that you think it is. For those who've already used the product, you've got it does look good.
What is it? I'll show you. Blended.
Are we doing primer, Dawn, or just as is?
If you want to put it all over and use
Don't do
primer,
it.
otherwise you can just work out your colour and then jot down your colour on your sheet.
So give me the first and then I'll do you.
Yeah, that's thanks.
Oh, yeah.
You always bring up the chicken, the whole doesn't have the chicken leg. Chicken leg.
I like it. Come here.
See?
Do you want me to sit
Maybe
over
here
here?
and there.
It's a bit difficult to get that.
I was going to take a photo of you.
You could start here with this.
Actually, I might come around that side. No, you stay. You stay. At all.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just some tips. So I've gone in with a little bit of sand concealer just under the eyes. Tanya's got quite light around her eyes, which is wonderful. It's great to have that. But just a little bit of darkness. She was saying she's got the dark circles here. So we've just got a little bit of sand over that. We've done one eyebrow, but you can notice it's just one. Just filled in with the deep brown. So we just needed to come out on the outside a little bit, just to actually fill out that arch a little bit and actually have the brows frame the eye. So that's what we want. So I'm actually, this is what I do makeup. I start from the top once I've done the foundation, start from the top and do the brows, do the eyes, move down to the lips, although I do bronzer earlier on. But then I sort of finish up with blush right at the end to bring it all together, so that you're actually bringing all those colours together.
Alright, I usually do that.
So, which you can do a little bit of blush, sometimes I do a little bit before, but then after the lipstick, just make sure that it's all blending together and it's right for your colours. So we've just gone a little bit on the brows, just bringing up to that arch. Of course we want our brows to start on the side of the nose here, and the arch height through the middle of the eye, and with your pencil on the outside of the eye is where you can bring your brow out to. So that's a nice balanced shape. So we just want to bring that out a little bit. This was my back. just on the outside arches. And run the brush through that. So a lot of brows I find with people, they need that bit more height here. And so that's sort of where your pencil needs to be, just to actually bring that up and fill it in. So sometimes it's just a little bit of a fill in, sometimes it's actually more drawing if you don't have many brow hairs. Or it's just might be filling in, just filling in there. So I'm going to put a little bit of
They're sad, those ones.
bronzer and highlighter on now. So with bronzer, you can actually start to sculpt the face a little bit. So it's all a little bit higher these days. It's all sort of coming up a little bit higher. It used to be underneath the cheekbones, but sort of just on the cheekbone for your bronzer, and then also I squeeze it there a little bit so you've got a nice thin brush. Also around the temples, so just where those sunlight can hit and give a bit of nice shadow. Also underneath the jawline will actually help to chisel out that jawline a little. So right under there, or just under the chin.
Hide the jowls.
Under there. Also the sides of the nose is another place we can come in with our bronzer. I'm going to also pop on a little bit of blush now, but I will come back to it. So just on the high cheeks.
So what colour blush have you
So I've got the
used?
pink one.
Okay, Dolce pink.
Correct.
The new one? Yes.
I love it when people know their names.
Yeah.
And I don't.
I did the pink one.
Dolce pink one.
The pale pink one. And we're sort of using the what's left on the brush to sort of just keep brushing it around and blending it all in. Fashion Trends is also tending the blush a little bit in towards the nose at the moment too, so just more of a blushed
And up into the
flushed
temple.
look. Yeah. A little bit of highlighter, the top of the cheeks. Through the centre of the face. And the top of the lip will actually help this to stand out and make you have a fuller lip. And it just gives you that really nice glow on your face. With a healthy glow, so you can see when the light hits it, it bounces off. And it looks lovely and fresh. We'll head to some eyeshadows, and we're just going to do a quick. I love the big blending brush. It's my favourite. And sometimes, most of the time in the mornings, that's all I use. So we're just going to go over the eyelid. Just a tip when you're doing someone's eyes, come in with your little pinky finger on their cheek first, so they know you're coming and they don't get a fright. So I've started at the base of the eyelid and worked up, so there's sort of nothing by the time you get to the top.
You're using candy almond?
Yes,
Luxury.
no, luxury.
Oh, okay.
So a bit of sparkle. So it's actually just lightened up the eyelid there a little bit. That's why you don't want to have much at all when you get right up the top there.
The one with the sparkle, Dawn,
Yes.
did you say? The lightest one? No, that's not Lux Linen.
No, that's not so.
Well, that's white.
gold.
That's still gold.
But Linen is the matte. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
See, I know.
You do.
You do.
Now I've come in with the shimmery. What's this one?
No, that's Copper Blaze.
Copper Blaze, okay. Just on the outside.
Whatever.
Tan knows their colours.
I do.
I know there's a macchiato because
Yeah, macchiato.
It's
my
There's
go-to.
a blue, there's a purple. That's the green.
And I'm just sort of putting it into the crease of the eye lid there as well, and of course darkness will take back and light will bring out. So we want to create that eye socket, so we're just putting that into there, just back and forth, and this is just a nice natural look. Of course there's lots we can do with eyeshadows and spend an hour on it.
Oh yeah.
But just a nice fresh look, and I just find it something that you can quickly do easily in the morning if it's for yourself, or if you're learning, it's a great way just to do it for someone if you're just learning to do the makeup. Now of course if you're learning, make sure that you do just really basic light colours, just refreshing light colours. Don't try and do any of the blacks or the blues or that sort of thing, just stay with your natural light colours and then it's really easy to use. Then I come in with my eye pencil, and I think I'm going to use charcoal on the top, and then we're going to have a look and see. Now just give it a quick sharpen before I use it. That gives it a nice clean tip. And I start from the top of the eyelid. We want this angle here, so you visualize that angle when you're looking. So I'm looking at that angle there, and that's, start with your pencil just in here and feather across. I just find it easier, and then you can actually come out a little bit further and sort of fill in that outside there. Come from underneath, because our eyelashes, our eyelids come down like that, our lashes grow out here, so if we're coming with our pencil too high, we're going to have that gap. You know that gap when you open your eye, and it's got a whole line there. So if we're coming from underneath, right underneath here, you're going to get rid of that gap. And keep that up at the sides there, so it's just lifting up that corner of the eye. And once again, you're visualising that angle there just to keep that up. And just close. Just want to do a little tiny point there. Any fallout, you can use one of your brushes and just brush it off. I think it's just a little bit of old mascara, I think. And I'm going to come in with a little bit of copper underneath. I love the copper. Sorry, bronze. It's called bronze. Bronze, not copper. Just to give that, I don't want that whole grey look all over the eye. Just look up. But just want to come in and give it a nice soft colour underneath. Already got a little bit of grey or something there. So just a little bit of the bronze on the base there, and then we'll do our mascara. Great little disposables for your mascara. So we don't double dip, this should be enough to do one. And I love the pink ones because rather than the black, you can see when it's coloured. So it's not the difference on there. So get that nice and loaded up so that you don't need to pop it into your mascara again. Look about there. So mascara just underneath and go side to side, wiggle and work up. Some people do the bottom first. I like to get a fair bit off my brush before I do the bottom. Some people like to do the bottom first so they don't then look up and get mascara dots on the top. So now just look up, and we'll just sweep across the bottom there just a little. Just so it grabs those lashes. Okay, just nice fresh eyes. And then we'll come down to the lips. We'll go cherry glow. Once again, if you're just learning, if you're just doing a makeover, much easier to do your natural colours. So we do the Cupid's bow, a V at the top and a line at the base. And these are great if you want fuller lips. You can come outside the lip line a little. And then we work from the outside up. And that gives a nice full lip. I colour in the lips all over with the lip pencil. And then you can just put either a gloss or we might use one of our liquid lips. So nice colour there, maybe good nude. Once again, just using the cotton bud to keep things nice and clean. Great to have cotton buds if you're doing makeups. They do wonders if you need to fix things.
I haven't used good nude before.
Okay, it's just a really natural
What colour is it?
colour.
You better.
And it's like Jackie was saying, she hasn't had anyone doing a makeup before. Like,
No.
it is amazing when someone else does it, and especially if you don't tell them what colours you want, and then what is sort of come up with. So you're also wearing the pink lanyard as well, so that's actually sort of reflecting through your face too, so depending on what you're wearing. But I love that one. It's very nice. I do have and Cherry Joy.
Cherry Joy is my favourite.
Chai. Sunset. Oh,
Sweet chai.
Sweet chai. That's what I've got on.
I had on Cherry Joy. Had on at some point.
Okay, so now we're going to finish up with a little bit more blush and then setting. So you can have a look and see, okay, does it all look balanced? Do we need to do anything else? I'm just going to come in that side there. So make sure you stand back and look at your work and see if there's anything that you just want to fix. Okay. So I'm just wanting to come a little bit more through here with my pink blush, just to highlight.
He is younger, Tanya.
What?
Yeah.
Got where's your dad?
So how old was it be?
He is younger.
There we go. Oh no, it's in there.
I'll be 59 in December.
Oh, you look smashing.
There you go.
Great.
Girl.
All right, just close your eyes.
Yep.
And we're just going to come with a mist. Okay.
Everyone's fine.
Where are you off to tonight?
David's
Now, where's our mirror?
Oh, here.
Right again.
Yeah, they're
There we
doing.
go. You can go and go back over there. Oh,
there.
right, that's
No,
Yeah,
just-
just try the other one.
just go with the little, not the big side.
Nice.
Hold it back first. So whenever you get someone to look at their makeup, make sure they hold it back first, have a look, and then bring it in close to have a closer look, because you want them to have that look first.
It is bloody good, isn't it?
Bring your eyes. You look great.
I'll just take photo with Dawn so that we can.
Oh, no, I'm really surprised.
All on social media.